Alrighty, hey, what's going on, everyone? Earthmaster here. February 28th, 2018, the last day in February, and it's already March. Wow. Year's going by pretty quick. Not a good thing. It is 9 p.m. here on the West Coast, and of course, looking at some live video there, hopefully, from Yellowstone. For a minute, I was kind of thinking this was a loop of some sort that maybe they were playing up there at the Yellowstone National Park region because of the appearance of the scene. But with a full moon, and I'm guessing they have clear skies up there and a good night vision type camera, this is very capable of being live. You know, just for a second, a split second, I thought this was probably on some type of loop. But anyway. Moving on to earthquake activity, a little bit of activity continuing down in southern Mexico region. California picking up a little activity as well with a 3.1 near the San Andreas fault system down there. I'll show you that here in just a second. Alaska calming down a tad bit. We have seen a little bit of activity over the past couple days pick up, but now looks as though it's calming down in the Alaska region. And southern Mexico getting their earthquake activity following that large earthquake they had there some time ago. Looking at the Chile, South America region, just continued cluster of fours, nothing major going on. Definitely a lot of plate movement still on the Pacific area. You can see the region down here near Papua New Guinea with their continued activity. Most of this earthquake rings here are older ones, nothing too recent, as you can tell by the color of the rings. Red, dark red, kind of like this one up here near well, in this region right here, the 4.4, dark color red indicating an older earthquake. It's possibly from last night, sometime late last night. Should fall off the map here pretty soon with that color. More recent earthquakes showing up in the white rings, and very recent earthquakes showing up as a 3.5, this green flag up in Alaska, which we were just talking about. I didn't see that there. So yeah, but once again, Pacific plate still moving pretty good. There is some renewed activity over here with a 5.2 and a 5.1 respectfully in this region of the world near Indonesia. As you can see right here on this map, 5.2 at a depth of 71 kilometers near this area. Should I pronounce that? Okay, what the heck? Let me try it one time. Padang Jing Sing Pun. Did I guess I pronounced that right. Probably not. See, I didn't even practice this. I just happened to pop on here, and that name is almost unpronounceable. Indonesia. There we go. I think I pronounced that one correctly. So some definitely activity going on in that part of the world there, but nothing big, nothing major. A little sequence of a line of earthquake here near the Mediterranean Sea region, stretching through Greece and into North Africa region. Greenland once again looking pretty quiet. No new renewed activity in that area. Did have that 6.1. It looks like it may be off the map on one of the data stations there, but that was an older earthquake. Yeah, pretty quiet around the globe for the most part. Just their typical 4s and some moderate 5s over there around Indonesia area. Far as California activity goes, let me show you real quick. See this little blue square down here? Hopefully we are showing you what we need to. Yes, we are. Let me pop this back up. Little blue square down here near the San Andreas fault system, just actually off to the east a tad bit. But I believe that's at 3.1 near Mendota. Never even heard of that town. Lived here in California most of my life and never heard of it. 3.1, nothing big, but definitely some activity, minor activity off the San Andreas fault system there. Taking a look at the Bay Area, where we've been watching a couple for a couple weeks now with that activity on the northern Calaveras fault system there. Shows nothing major. Just a couple small blue squares here indicating recent smaller earthquake activity. But nothing big. Surprise, surprise. And of course up here north of the bay near Clear Lake, California, near Canocti, this area, a cluster of 200 and something earthquakes, which is not abnormal for that region just because of the hot springs and the geysers and all that good stuff that occurs in that part of the state. But yeah, it's just fairly active. I mean, I'm seeing a little bit more activity near the Mammoth Lakes region. Look at all these little squares indicating earthquakes there. Pretty sure I got or seen a earthquake pop off on the Mammoth Lakes earlier. Quite a bit of activity actually in the Mammoth Lakes region, stretching back a couple days. But like I say, we've seen swarms down there before. It is a super volcano itself. Not too many people know about it. Super volcano in California? Yeah, right. Where? Yeah, Long Valley super volcano near Mammoth Lakes. Look it up. It's very interesting. A lot of history behind that. I'm not going to go into detail right now with that activity, but definitely interesting. So here's a look at Yellowstone. And it's pretty quiet, folks. This activity up here that you're seeing near Mirror Lake, just some instrument adjustments and some amplification, whatnot. Those are not magma movements. I don't see any type of harmonic tremor whatsoever. In fact, taking a look at the area of the park where we've seen that earthquake swarm, YMC, Maple Creek, it looks pretty gosh darn quiet, doesn't it? Take a look. Take a look at that, folks. Sporadic, small, micro earthquakes. Right there, right there. Every little red spike, even these little blue ones, okay, they're earthquakes too, but I'm talking like, those might be a 0.01 or something. Very tiny earthquakes. So it's not completely over. We haven't seen an absolute absence of earthquakes yet, but it looks as though it's calming down big time. Lake Yellowstone looks a little on the windy side. See the wind showing up in this part of the area, or this part of the park here. Not magma, not any kind of harmonic tremor, just good old windstorm probably rolling through there. Pretty quiet, folks. Did you guys take a look at the tremor map recently? It's still continuing up in Vancouver Island region in that specific spot that we've been seeing over the past, I think this started yesterday. We started seeing an increase in activity in this area of the Cascadia subduction zone, the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate doing their thing right there. It's definitely interesting because this is definitely an area that I love to watch for activity. Once again, this is not earthquake activity, but more or less tremor, not harmonic tremor, or not volcanic tremor or anything like that, but slow slip event movements. A frequency that's produced when one plate slowly subducts underneath another one, creating friction, maybe? I guess I could use that word, friction. Probably not, huh? Anyway, it's just very low, slow slippage that's being picked up by this sensitive equipment here in the area. So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, I just took a look at the solar weather, and it's pretty gosh darn quiet too. Let me show you real quick. Of course, we're going into that minimum right now of the solar sunspot activity. Just one very small sunspot that may not even develop into anything. Sunspot region 2700 is probably just fading away just as quick as it decided to pop up. But nonetheless, we will keep an eye on it. No storms predicted. All is quiet. So anyway, like I mentioned just a couple minutes ago off the live stream, I will be adding quite a bit of music onto the music library that we already have, which was only about an 8-hour loop of music. So now I'm going to add about 200 more songs onto the music library for the stream. All non-copyright, and there's just a mix of different type of music, electric, dance, rock, classical, jazz, stuff like that. And those bells just from that little earthquake up there in the Alaska region, that 3.0. But yeah, so we're definitely adding a bunch of music onto the stream here and keeping it not so repetitive with the endless music of somewhat annoying songs. So I got to find those specific songs and delete them from the library. So anyway, folks, have a great night out there. I will be up live streaming tomorrow and Friday for some potential thunderstorms and whatnot out here in Northern California. So I'll officially be in storm chase mode over the next couple days. And if you happen to see a live stream pop up that says storm chase or severe weather, check it out, because I do like live streaming out there when I'm out there chasing some storms, and it's pretty fun. I'm not scared to get up there close and into the action when it comes to severe weather. So we'll see how California is going to handle the storm that's coming up. It's supposed to be a pretty big one. Lots of snow in the mountains, feet of snow. Talk about 3 to 5 feet up in the northern, or up in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Quite a bit of snow, and we need it. Luckily, we got this good system coming in, and there's more after that. So winter is not over for us here in California. That's a good thing, because so far it's been pretty bad. Have a good night, folks. We'll catch y'all a little bit later.